just the way I can handle myself, and making sure I'm better prepared for the season. I have all the tools. It's just like a slow process. Putting it all together.
As far as being a left tackle, what do you have to do better this season? What do you think you're kind of at?
Consistency. That's the biggest thing. You got to be consistent. You got to consistently not give up pressures and sacks. That's like the job description. So that's what I'm working towards.
Is it hard to do that when you're kind of in and out of periods right now?
No, I just control what I can control. I work on my sets every day. Just making sure I do little things right every play, every rep, and it's just more mental than physical.
How was your back feeling after the surgery and everything?
It was pretty sore, but I'm pretty much back to most of my strength now. It's just strengthening things around it. Once you get a surgery like that, it's really the process. So.
How was your sister, by the way?
It's a lot of core work.
Yeah, a lot of core. I have a six-pack. First, yeah.
How's your sister now, by the way?
She's doing a lot better. She actually got home from the hospital about a month earlier. So she's feeling a lot better, moving a lot better, everything.
What does that kind of mean to you when you hear that she's coming back early?
It means everything to me. Being out here, being away from her is tough. We stay connected, but I'm just glad that she's fighting and she's able to heal. She's fighting.
Back to football for a bit. What's it been like working with wider splits for you as a left tackle? What does that mean for you and what you do?
Down blocking, these couple more steps. There's a lot more space, especially off the edge. Not much of a problem. It helps. The ends are further away from the quarterback. As a tackle, that's something to keep in mind, and it's not too much of a difference.
Overall, where do you feel like you're at right now compared to where you were at this point last year?
At this point last year, I had 12 games under my belt starting. So, I've seen it, and I've been able to be actually in it. So I got those nerves out, those jitters, and now I can focus on the other things I need to put together,
Looking back in retrospect, what are the things from last year that you think you can feasibly make the biggest dent in as far as making an improvement?
I think it's just mentally more than anything. The technique and all that stuff comes, summer of training with AA. Bigger, faster, and stronger, but just mentally staying dominant for a whole game.
Also, in losing a guy like Toa, who meant so much to you guys as a unit, as a leader, how much of that role do you think you've taken as being the guy that everyone else listens to?
It hasn't been that difficult just because, our room is so close already. It's not easy for us to speak to each other. It's not always just me just talking to the guys. We all kind of pitch in. I know I have a little bit more seniority, right? But it hasn't been that difficult.
How was that first unit working together? How do you guys feel like grasping the offense and everything, and just working as a unit?
How we doing?
We took in this new offense together. So whenever we had questions and we weren't sure about things, with new workouts, and we kind of took it all in together. So kind of been able to lean on each other, have more confidence in each other. So I think that's definitely allowed us to get closer.
And then you add Drew Richmond to the mix, because basically the spring was you five up front. Not much competition, anything in spots. Adding him to the mix, what's that kind of done for that first line and just the offensive line unit as a group?
It's done a lot. He's SEC football. He's very strong. He's a great guy. He fits in super good with just the way we run things, in the room. We just get after it every day. That's what he's about and that's what we're about.
As an older guy that has that SEC experience, is he giving much advice to the group?
Yeah, we talk a lot. He's working just like we are. So
today you guys moved a lot of guys around. I know you've been in and out a little bit, and Drew's filled in for you, but he was at right tackle today. Jalen makes a couple moves, and Voorhees makes a couple moves. When you see that, what does that kind of tell you guys as a group? What does it tell you if they're moving guys around a little bit?
That's typical. Your usual NFL roster will take 8 offensive linemen, so being able to play multiple positions is a big thing. Our coach is a previous NFL coach. Being able to play more positions helps us. You never know. God forbid something happens in the game. We have 4 offensive linemen go down. So it just gives me more confidence in just the way we go about things.
Where do you think JT's at now compared to where he was again this time last year or throughout last year? Do you see him having made any big strides as being vocal or getting the ball out quick or anything that affects you directly?
Yes, definitely. I'd say just all around he's been better. He's a better leader too. You can kind of see it in his face. He's a lot more confident in himself. It's tough to play as a true freshman. Not a lot of people can relate. I feel like having a year under his belt and fitting in with Coach Graham and all that has helped him out a lot.
A lot of people have mentioned that he's been a better leader significantly than he was last year. How does that manifest? What does that mean?
I feel like all the quarterbacks are really good leaders. I feel like it's just in the job description. Like I said earlier, you are able to say a lot more once you have experience. So I definitely say that he has that under his belt, and that's probably helped him.
The big question is, can this team run the ball? Can you guys run the ball? Busted up in there?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see Fresno State. Yeah.
You're not going to predict anything, right?
Yeah, I will. I want to let the numbers do the talking. I just want to run the ball, pass the ball, and score touchdowns.
It's also now having a full offseason under Coach Drebno instead of playing with him after maybe two games of him having the job. What's it been like? What's the difference been in the preparation that you guys go through with him?
He's pretty much integrated his own kind of flow with the room. Last year coming in halfway through the season, you can't bring in a whole new terminology and all that stuff right away. So we pretty much shifted to the way he's done things, and he's very efficient. He's very smart, and I think we've all bought in.
What kind of impact do you think Marquise can have running the ball this year, and how do you think him and Steven will work together?
I think all the running backs are going to have a really great year, top down, even Keenan. As for Keys, that's a big body. He's very strong, and he'll build on it. He'll show you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.